Honey becomes toxic when combined with these products. Honey is considered one of the oldest and most healing substances on Earth. It's added to tea, cereals, and desserts, and is consumed by the spoonful for immune support. However, Japanese nutritionists warn that when not combined correctly, certain foods can not only lose their beneficial properties, but also turn into toxic compounds that disrupt digestion, trigger inflammation, and even suppress the nervous system. Japanese studies indicate that heating above 40 degrees Celsius, or combining these foods with certain products, can cause the loss of enzymes, leading to the formation of compounds that promote fermentation and inflammation in the gut. This is a subtle process, but if it happens repeatedly, it can overload the pancreas, disrupt liver function, and weaken the immune system. This is particularly concerning for individuals over 60, whose enzymatic systems are already weakened. Continuing to combine honey, presumably a specific food or dietary approach, with incompatible foods can lead to toxin buildup, reduced immune protection, chronic fatigue, and gastrointestinal inflammation. This is particularly dangerous for individuals with diabetes, liver issues, or sensitive digestive systems. Unfortunately, most people are unaware of these risks. But there's good news. Honey can be beneficial if you know what to combine it with and how. Next, you will discover unique information about the 3 most harmful combinations to avoid, as well as 3 simple, safe, and truly beneficial options that Japanese doctors have been using in traditional diets for decades. If you are over 65, this information will be especially valuable for you. Be sure to watch the video until the end to learn how to avoid common mistakes. Now let me tell you about the first combination that makes honey dangerous despite its natural origin. Thousands of people pour a spoonful of honey with boiling water every morning, thinking they are making a healthy drink. But Japanese doctors warn that at temperatures above 40-45 degrees Celsius, honey starts to lose its live structure. And terrible processes occur with honey. Enzymes break down, sugars change their form, and instead of providing gentle support for the immune system and digestion, honey becomes a source of toxins that lead to fermentation, liver overload, and inflammation. Why does this happen? Honey contains enzymes, organic acids, and natural sugars, all of which are sensitive to temperature. When it's added to boiling water, a reaction occurs that produces substances like hydroxymethylfurfural, HMF, a compound that can accumulate and poison liver cells. It's important to know that in addition to this, overheated honey loses its antibacterial properties and turns into a harmful sweetness instead of a remedy. This is especially dangerous for people with sensitive digestive systems and weakened livers. Here's a clear example of why a woman felt worse after drinking what she thought was a beneficial tea. My patient, a 69-year-old woman, drank honey tea every evening, believing it helped with her cold. However, instead of feeling better, her cough worsened, and she experienced heaviness in her stomach and irritation in her throat. When I asked her how she prepared the drink, I found out that she was adding honey directly into boiling water. We changed this habit. Now she waits 10 minutes for the tea to cool down before adding the honey. Within a week, the bloating and heaviness disappeared. After 2 weeks, her sleep improved. She said, "I didn't realize how important the method was, not just what I was drinking." Here's how to properly mix honey with water or tea. Always let the drink cool to a comfortable temperature, around 35 to 40 degrees. The best option is warm water on an empty stomach with 1 teaspoon of honey and a drop of lemon. Take your time and sip slowly in silence. Avoid using metal spoons. Opt for wood or ceramic instead. And most importantly, do not add honey in advance, only right before drinking. This turns honey from an irritant into a natural restorative. The second combination that makes honey truly dangerous for digestion is mixing honey with milk. Many of us remember warm milk with honey from childhood, especially when we had a cold at night. It seems so gentle and safe, right? However, Japanese gastroenterologists warn that this combination, despite its popularity, disrupts the digestive system, especially in older adults. Instead of soothing effects, we experience bloating, mucus formation, and overload of the pancreas. If done daily, it can even trigger chronic inflammation. What's the reason behind it? Why don't milk and honey get along in the body? Honey is a carbohydrate with active enzymes, while milk contains proteins and fats. Digesting these requires completely different enzymes and conditions in the stomach. When combined, they start to block each other, leading to fermentation, heaviness, and disruptions in gut flora. It's particularly important to note that people with low stomach acidity, gallbladder issues, and enzyme deficiencies, conditions that are common in many individuals over 60, are especially sensitive to this combination. Additionally, this mix can lead to mucus production, which exacerbates coughs, allergies, and weakens the immune system. Here's a story about a woman who thought she was treating herself, but was actually worsening her health. The patient, 72 years old, had been drinking milk with honey before bedtime for many years to help her fall asleep. However, she increasingly experienced bloating, nasal congestion, mucus formation in her throat, and frequent colds. She didn't connect these issues to her drink. When we eliminated her usual warm concoction and replaced it with herbal tea and honey, served separately, her nasal congestion disappeared within 10 days, her bowel movements improved, and her sleep became deeper. "I didn't give up honey," she said. "I just stopped mixing it with milk." Remember this information: how to consume honey and milk correctly. If you love milk, drink it separately, without honey, and no later than 2 hours before bedtime. Add honey to warm water or tea, but wait 1.5 to 2 hours after consuming milk. Do not combine them in one serving. Milk protein interferes with the enzymes in honey. You can bake an apple with honey or add honey to oatmeal, but not to milk-based cereals. Listen to your body. If you feel heaviness, mucus, or lethargy after the drink, that's a signal. The third combination is particularly harmful to the liver. This pairing is rare, but very insidious. It's meat and honey. Marinades with honey, roasted meat in sweet sauces, turkey with honey glaze, healthy chicken recipes with honey and mustard. Everything looks beautiful and aromatic. However, Japanese nutritionists emphasize that honey and meat are opposing foods that conflict at the level of enzymes and chemistry in the body. Why? Honey is an easily digestible carbohydrate that activates enzymes and supports gut flora. Meat, on the other hand, is a heavy animal protein that requires a long time for enzymatic breakdown. Together, they create a conflicting situation in the stomach and small intestine. The honey begins to ferment while the meat gets stuck, leading to the production of toxins and overloading the liver and pancreas, especially in older individuals. Additionally, the combination of sweet flavors and animal protein can generate excess internal heat, which may manifest as irritability, insomnia, sweating, and a feeling of heaviness in the right upper abdomen. One of my patients is 75 years old. He's active, athletic, and maintains a healthy diet. However, after festive dinners featuring meat and honey, he complained of a pulling pain in his right side, excessive burping, and insomnia. Tests showed nothing serious. But after he completely eliminated meat dishes with honey from his diet, all his symptoms disappeared. Within 2 weeks, his bowel movements improved, the bitter taste in his mouth went away, and after a month, his liver enzyme levels normalized. I thought that marinating meat with honey was better than frying it. It turned out that was my problem. What can be used instead of honey in meat dishes, and how can we avoid overloading our digestion? If you're looking for a subtle sweetness, try using roasted pumpkin, carrots, or a splash of apple juice. For marinades, you can use a mixture of olive oil, lemon juice, ginger, and spices. Pair meat with sautéed vegetables, but avoid fruits and sweet additions. Reserve honey for morning or daytime consumption, and don't mix it with animal proteins. If you've had meat with honey, wait 3 to 24 hours after your meal before eating anything else. Stick to warm water during that time. What should you pair with honey to maximize its natural benefits? Here are 3 ingredients that enhance the healing properties of honey. According to Japanese doctors, honey should not be viewed as a universal supplement. It is a delicate, living product that only reveals its full potential when combined with foods that enhance its qualities rather than conflict with them. These 3 ingredients work harmoniously with honey to amplify its effects gently and safely. They can be found in most households and are suitable for people of all ages, especially those over 60. Product number 1 is lemon. When lemon is combined with honey in warm, not hot water, it creates a natural detox drink. This drink cleanses the liver, stimulates digestion, enhances lymphatic system function, and gently boosts the immune system. Lemon amplifies the antibacterial properties of honey, while vitamin C helps honey work more effectively at the vascular and skin levels. Product number 2 is cinnamon. The combination of honey and cinnamon is used in Japanese and Indian medicine as a remedy for inflammation, poor circulation, and a weakened immune system. Cinnamon warms and activates, while honey softens and supports. Together, they improve metabolism, reduce cravings for sweets, and help alleviate joint pain and anxiety. It's especially beneficial to add this mixture to warm water in the morning or before bedtime. Product number 3, warm baked pear or apple. This dessert is one of the softest and safest options available. Baked fruits with honey are gentle on the stomach, do not cause fermentation, and provide the body with fiber, iron, potassium, and easily digestible glucose. It's especially beneficial for older adults with sluggish digestion, tendencies toward constipation, or anemia. This isn't just food. It's a warm gesture of self-care. Listen to how a woman made honey work for her. One of my patients, 68 years old, said, "I've added honey to everything throughout my life and never understood why I didn't see any results." We simplified her options to just 3. Warm water with lemon and honey in the morning, baked apple with honey at lunch, and warm tea with cinnamon and a drop of honey in the evening. Within just 10 days, she felt profound changes. Her digestion improved, her lethargy disappeared, and her sleep normalized. Most importantly, her fear of sweets vanished. "I don't deny myself. I choose," she said. Please take note or remember how to safely incorporate honey into your diet. Only in a warm, not hot environment. Use water, tea, or baked goods. Limit it to no more than 12 teaspoons per day, divided into 2 servings. Do not mix it with milk, meat, or fruit salads. It's better to consume it separately from your main meals, treating it as a mindful break for yourself. Let's summarize and review everything we've learned. Honey is one of the oldest products. historically regarded as a healing agent. However, even the most natural remedy can become harmful if its nature is not understood. The Japanese doctors I work with emphasize that honey is a living product, and its effectiveness depends on the right context. Here are the 3 most harmful combinations they recommend avoiding. Honey plus, boiling water, destroys enzymes and creates toxic compounds. Honey plus milk, disrupts digestion and promotes mucus formation. Honey plus meat, overloads the liver and creates internal conflicts in the gastrointestinal tract. These mistakes may seem minor, but when repeated regularly, they can quietly undermine health, especially in individuals over 60, with weakened enzyme activity and slowed metabolism. The good news is that honey can still be a gentle remedy. Just give it the right role in your life. In the morning with warm water and a splash of lemon, during the day with baked apples or roasted pumpkin, and between meals with green tea or rosehip broth, keeping it separate from meat, dairy, raw fruits, and milk-based cereals. When honey is consumed on its own, in warm form, and in a calm setting, it nourishes, warms you up, supports your immune system, and benefits your blood vessels and intestines. I've eaten this way my whole life and I'm fine. Maybe. But listen, do you ever feel sluggish after having tea with honey? Do you notice a slimy feeling in your throat after a healthy milkshake? Do you feel heaviness in your stomach after a festive meal with honey? It's not just age. These are signals, and you can listen to them by not excluding honey but allowing it to work properly for you. Give it a try. Tomorrow. Brew some tea, wait for 10 minutes, and only then add the honey. Remember, honey is not syrup. It's a living substance that deserves respect. Place it not in meat, but in a baked apple. Don't mix it, don't rush, don't boil it, and watch how your body responds. Sometimes changing just one habit can improve digestion, sleep, mood, and lightness in the body. Thank you for watching. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel.